Hey friend, welcome back to Chronic Health Solutions. Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever seen someone online raving about the 3-day water fast that healed them and suddenly made them drop a ton of weight and they felt amazing? And meanwhile, you're over here just trying to survive at breakfast with toddlers. And you probably thought, yeah, I don't think that's for me. And I want to encourage you, you know what? You probably are right. It probably is not for you. Fasting can be powerful, but it really needs to be approached differently for busy moms who are also battling chronic symptoms. So today we're going to talk about it, the healing potential, but also the very real cautions and how to know if this is something that your body is even ready for. All right, let's get started. Welcome to Chronic Health Solutions. If you are more than just a tired mom, I'm talking trying to make it through the day without crashing by noon, you're not alone. I'm Ashley, a wife, mom, and certified health coach. I've been where you are, battling chronic health symptoms such as brain fog, joint pain, and fatigue that made me wonder if I'd ever feel like myself again. After uncovering root causes like stress, poor sleep, and hormone imbalance, I found simple health routines to feel better, one habit at a time. Keeping up with your kids is not impossible. Pop in your earbuds and take a break from the chaos. It's you time. Hey friend, have you joined our free Facebook community yet? It's the perfect place for exhausted moms who are trying to feel better one small step at a time. Inside, we talk all things simple, healthy habits, natural remedies, low-tox living, and finding real energy again, even when life is crazy and your symptoms won't quit. You'll get encouragement, weekly wellness prompts, and a safe space to share what's really going on behind the scenes. Plus, we'll go deeper into each podcast episode so you don't have to do this healing journey alone. To join us, you can click the link in the show notes below. I can't wait to meet you inside. I have tried fasting a couple of different times and honestly a couple of different ways, and we're going to dig into that a little bit more, but I want to tell you about a time that I tried. I had heard so many different things about it: better energy, less inflammation, clearer skin, weight that just falls off, and honestly I was desperate to feel better. So I remember one morning I just decided, okay, I'm going to skip breakfast and lunch and then just drink only water and then wait for the magic to happen. And instead, by 2 o'clock, I was shaky, nauseous, snappy with everyone around me, and honestly just completely low energy, could not function. It turns out that my body was not ready. And I didn't know it back then, but toxins or fasting can actually release toxins very quickly. And if your elimination pathways aren't open, or if your system is already stressed from chronic illness, it can make things worse, not better. That experience really taught me that fasting is powerful, but it also has to be done really wisely. Okay, so fasting has been used for centuries to give the body a break from digestion and allow it to focus on healing. Here is what happens during a healthy fast. The digestive system is able to rest and repair. The liver can focus on clearing out stored toxins instead of processing more food that we're taking in. Your blood sugar stabilizes because you're not getting those spikes or those dips whenever you're eating something sugary and it's shooting up and then it's crashing down. Inflammation can also decrease in the body. The body moves into autophagy, which is basically just cellular cleanup mode, where any kind of damaged cells are going to be broken down and recycled. And that's honestly pretty amazing. I mean, it sounds great, right? That's why we all have probably tried it because the benefits sound so wonderful. But here's the catch. If you are already battling things like chronic fatigue, blood sugar issues, adrenal exhaustion, or hormonal imbalance, then fasting too aggressively can potentially be harmful. Your body just might not have the reserves that it needs in order to handle the stress that it puts on it during a really hard and sudden detox that can often come with fasting. Okay, so let's talk about when fasting might be helpful for you. Whenever your elimination pathways are open, so we're talking lymph, skin, kidney, and bowels, when they're open and they're working well. When your blood sugar feels stable, so you're not crashing in between meals, and when you're in a relatively stable season. So this is going to look like not a bunch of sudden changes, not a bunch of stress, not in the middle of some kind of a chronic symptom flare-up. Okay, let's talk about when fasting might not be good for you. If you're pregnant, you're nursing, you're trying to conceive, or you're healing postpartum, if you're struggling with any kind of major fatigue, anxiety, blood sugar swings, or chronic illness flares, kind of like we mentioned earlier. And then another thing to look at is if skipping meals triggers binge eating, dizziness, or emotional crashes. And this is something, it can be a really good sign that potentially you're having some blood sugar issues as well. So it might be that you're just not quite ready for that. But I just want to encourage you that you don't have to go hardcore to support your body. We're all about gentle changes here. And there are safer, gentler ways to give your system a break without this extreme fasting that so many people do. And this is what I have kind of adopted, and it works well for me, which is a light eating window. So typically what you would do is aim for a 12-hour overnight fast. So this could be, for example, you stop eating at 7 at night, and then you start eating again at 7 in the morning. This is just going to give your body time for digestion, your digestive system to rest overnight. You can also focus on easy to digest foods. So this is going to be things like soups, smoothies, lightly cooked vegetables. Those are all going to be really gentle on your gut and then just naturally cleansing to the body. You could also try to have one lighter eating day a week. So pick a low stress day to keep your meals super simple, like fruits, steamed veggies, teas. You could even, my tendency, because I am a meat eater, is to focus on protein. So I might have those days where I'm just eating maybe mainly just veggies and protein. But the thing about this is that there's no starving yourself. There's no extremes. It's just making these gentle shifts to encourage your body to have that time of having a break from having to process food, from having to your digestive system having to work, from the spikes in your blood sugar. But it's just really in a gentle and supportive way. Okay, so let's say you want to try a 12-hour overnight fast. I would just pick your time. Maybe it's 6, 7, 8. Stop eating after dinner, and then don't snack until breakfast. And typically what I try to do for breakfast personally is I will try to have a high protein breakfast, and then I also try to eat some kind of a vegetable with my breakfast as well. I aim for 30 to 40 grams of protein with my breakfast, and then I also, like I said, will have some kind of a vegetable. And I want to encourage you, if you try this, just to pay attention to how you feel. So this little shift can help with your digestion, it can help with your sleep, and also your detox pathways. And one thing I want to say is that if you're eating too close before bed, I have an Oura ring, which will often tell me if my sleep was restless. It'll tell me my sleep quality, basically. And what I have found for myself, and what people also report, is that when you're eating too close to bed, typically your sleep suffers because of that. So this can also really make an impact if you're struggling with restless sleep. If you're making sure, okay, my kitchen is closed after 7 o'clock at night, and let's say you're going to bed at 10, then you've got those 3 hours for your body to finish digesting your last meal, so it's not trying to do it while you're sleeping. Okay, and the thing I like about the 12-hour overnight fast is because I feel like it's super simple, it's very streamlined, and it's easy to do with kids at home. Because I personally have struggled with adrenal issues in the past and also blood sugar drops. This is just my preferred way of fasting. It's going to give my body a break from digesting food, and it's just gentle. So listening to the signals that my body is giving me and honoring those by avoiding long fasts has worked really well for my health. And if you really want to dig in on fasting as a woman, because I'm going to be just honest with you, fasting does impact our hormones, and fasting, as women, we can't fast the same way that men do. So if you want to do kind of more of an intense fast, I just encourage you to dig into the book Fast Like a Girl, because she really goes into ways to cycle your fasting in order to support your hormones. Okay, friend, I just want to encourage you that your healing does not have to look like anyone else's. And I just also want to encourage you that it's okay if you're just making these little changes one at a time. You don't have to feel like you have to get everything perfectly. If you mess up, just say, you know what, next time I'm going to make a different decision and move forward. All right, that's all for this episode. We're going to keep talking next week about different ways we can detox our bodies. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time. Hey friend, I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you did, would you take a quick minute to share it with another mom who is struggling with chronic health issues? And please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It means the world to me to know that this podcast is helping you. All right, time for me to tackle the snack request, and remember that a short walk, even if the kids turn it into a race, counts as self-care. Keep chasing those little wins, even when it feels messy. You're making progress.